Hi, my name is Josh Cole, and I am your child's health and wellness teacher this first semester of the 2025 school year. And I'm just going to kind of go through our syllabus, what the expectations are, how to contact me, and then also what your son or daughter will be learning this semester. So, just quickly, a little bit about me. This is my 22nd year of teaching. I taught for 1 year in Hammond, Indiana, and then the last 21 have been in Carmel. My wife also is in the district. She's an assistant principal at Carmel Middle School. And then I have two sons. One is at Carmel High School, and the other one is at Carmel Middle School. The syllabus, and you will be able to find all of this information also in Canvas, and I'll show you that as we go. But basically, my objective as a health teacher is just to promote a healthy lifestyle for the rest of their lives. Today, we were talking about lifestyle choices and how choices now could lead to potentially non-communicable disease later. So it's really looking at their future and just trying to get them in a couple years when they're out on their own, potentially, to be able to make some healthy choices. So that's our objective. Grading is pretty similar, the grading scale anyway, to all the other classes that they will have. One thing to notice is summative grades are 70%, and that's test projects and quizzes. That's mainly projects. They have two tests. One is over diseases, the other one is CPR, which is a written test that they have to pass at an 80% level to get their CPR card. But those are really their only two tests. The majority of their summative grades will be either project-based or group-based. And then 30% of their grade will be formative, and that's the daily assignments or exit tickets. Just things that we are doing in class. Not all of our daily assignments will be graded. So you might see more grades in Canvas at times than actually go into Power School. And sometimes we'll use those in-class assignments for discussion as well. Late work, it really hasn't been an issue. If work is submitted after the due date, there'll be a 10% deduction. I do put zeros into the grade book, and basically that is just so someone at home hopefully sees that zero and then helps me get those assignments submitted. The Canvas grade book, like I just mentioned, I'll move myself here, is not always accurate because some grades from Canvas won't be synced. So if you are looking for an actual letter grade, as the semester progresses, Power School is the way to go. That will be updated. I try to do that every other day. So they're generally up to date. Grades will be up to date in Power School. What does your child need? Pretty much standard school stuff. Pen, pencil, device. And I say a positive attitude, and I guess they don't have to have that, but it just makes class a lot better. But everything that we do will be on their Chromebook. They will use their phones occasionally. Like we were talking about health insurance, they used them for a calculator. There might be some times where they film things in class or I have them take pictures, but everything that they do is on their Chromebooks in Canvas. Oops. So topics this year, and what I tried to tell the kids is some of the stuff in health class will be review, just like any other class will be from middle school, particularly if they're a freshman. But we will go beyond what they talked about in middle school from the different health topics. Substance abuse, they will have an opportunity to speak to the school resource officers, which is great, and they talk to them about driving and more than just substance abuse, parking violations, what happens if you get into an accident, etc. We will, as I mentioned earlier, the kids will be CPR certified this year. And if they already are certified, then they can just add to that certification. They get 2 more years. Nutrition and fitness, obviously, I have this one in red because there will be a time during the fitness unit where we'll walk across the street to the Carmel Clay Schools Wellness Center, and the kids will have an opportunity to do a spin class for 10 minutes, yoga for 10 minutes, Pilates for 10 minutes, and just different things, not necessarily to get a workout, but just to show them what is available, and maybe they find something there that they like to do that they didn't know that they like to do that. So that's fun. And then our ACE at the end will be an environmental health project in which they will be making a podcast or a radio promotion for different environmental health issues in the state of Indiana, and how we can help prevent those issues. The online textbook, and I'm going to show you where it's at in Canvas in just a second, but we won't use the textbook very much, but there is access to it. I've showed them how to get on to the textbook. We did that the first day in the event that we ever use it, but we won't use the online textbook a ton. And then my contact information, the best way to get a hold of me is through email. I'm pretty good at answering my email, and I'll just kind of show you here if I can, here we go. When your kid comes to class, these are the modules that are set for the entire year, but the one that is the top, this is what we'll do next class, when diseases 4, everything is labeled and it just kind of goes in order. If it's not green, it hasn't been published yet, so you wouldn't necessarily be able to see all of these, but I generally do publish them a day before class, and I will update everything that morning, the assignments, the daily assignments, like they worked on this today. I updated the due dates, etc. in the morning. So assignments might not be published the day of class, but they will be when your child enters the room. Again, from the standpoint of getting a hold of me, up here at the very top, there's a class resources module, which has the textbook, has the syllabus, and also has my contact. E-learning hours in the event this first semester, there usually isn't any sort of weather conditions. But in the event that we have a half day or something happens, I will be available from 9:30 to 12:30. So far, it's been a great start to the school year. Again, if you have any questions for me, I'm more than happy to help. Email's the best, and thank you for spending a little bit of time with me this evening, and I hope that the rest of the night is great. Thank you.